Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working our way through The Rape of Lucrece, and today we're going to take a look at stanzas 65 to 68. Now, as the title of this poem suggests, it is about sexual violence towards women, and we're getting pretty close to the thick of things right now. So if you need to tune out, please do so. But if you're here to hear the next couple of stanzas, Sextus Tarquinius has made his way to Lucrece's bedroom. He snuck in and was looking at her for a little while, but getting more and more turned on by how innocent and possibly even half dead she looked. So he reached out and he grabbed her breast and started fondling her breast, at which point she wakes up and, she can barely see anything because it's dark, and also she was just dead asleep. So stanza 65 picks up saying, "Imagine her as one in dead of night from forth dull sleep by dreadful fancy waking, that thinks she hath beheld some ghastly sprite, whose grim aspect sets every joint a-shaking. What terror 'tis! But she, in worser taking, from sleep disturbed, heedfully doth view the sight which makes supposed terror true. Wrapped and confounded in 1,000 fears, like to a new killed bird, she trembling lies. She dares not look, yet winking there appears quick shifting antics ugly in her eyes. Such shadows are the weak brain's forgeries, who, angry that the eyes fly from their lights, in darkness daunts them with more dreadful sights. His hand, that yet remains upon her breast, rude ram to batter such an ivory wall, may feel her heart, poor citizen, distressed, wounding itself to death, rise up and fall, beating her bulk that his hand shakes withal. This move in him more rage and lesser pity, to make the breach and enter this sweet city. First, like a trumpet, doth his tongue begin to sound a parley to his heartless foe, who o'er the white sheet peers her whiter chin, the reason of this rash alarm to know, which he by dumb demeanor seeks to show, but she with vehement prayers urgeth still, under what color he commits this ill." So, in the first of these stanzas, Shakespeare is saying, imagine that she wakes up in the middle of the night a little bit afraid of something, but this turns out to actually be something to be afraid of. Like you can wake up in the middle of the night because you think you hear something, but you see it was just, you left the window open and the curtain is blowing or something like that. She wakes up and finds somebody fondling her, groping her unwelcomely. And so she gets terrified and she's trying to figure out what's going on and blinking at it and trying to figure out who it is and all this sort of thing. Meanwhile, he just keeps on groping her. He just keeps touching her, and the fact that she's getting more and more afraid, he can feel her heartbeat, and that turns him on even more. And fuels him along his path where now he really has to do this, as if he didn't have to do it before, but now he really feels like he has to do it. So he tries to ask her if this is okay. It says that he sounds a parley to his heartless foe, so he probably says something along the lines of, "Oh, I must have you," and she's like, no, because now she knows exactly what's going on here. She woke up to somebody fondling her chest, who's now saying, "I want you," and she realizes that he's going to force himself on her at this point, and she's like, no, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And that's where these stanzas end. So we're ramping up the fear. We're still laying into how bad it is, this thing that he's doing, but also sort of how out of his own control he is at this point. So yeah, there's a lot going on. And I would love to hear what y'all are thinking about it so far. So please leave me a comment and come on back tomorrow for more as we get closer to the actual act. I'll see you then. Mwah.